Hello and welcome to another Let's Draw tutorial with Procreate. This is the illustration we'll be completing today. I've created a stamp set and colour palette. I have also included a link to the textured overlay that you will need for this illustration. You'll find the link to those in the description below. You're going to need a canvas size of 2000 by 2300 pixels at 300 dpi. And when you're ready, let's draw. Once you've created your canvas, we're going to go to our colour palette. We're going to choose the first colour, drag and drop that onto the canvas. We're just going to make our canvas a little bit smaller where you can just pinch on the canvas and you can resize it. We're going to make it around that sort of size. And then we're going to create a new layer. We are going to choose this colour here in the colour palette, the third colour. We're going to go to our stamp set and choose building 1. I've got the size here set to 60 and I'm going to just tap on the screen. I'm going to go to our arrow tool and then we're just going to move it right down to the bottom of our canvas and into the vertical centre. You'll see that orange line running down the middle. Then tap the arrow when you're done. We're going to create a new layer and we're going to clip and mask it. We are going to go to this pink here, the fourth colour. We're going to go to our S-shaped ribbon and we're just going to drop in some colour on the right hand side. Go to our arrow tool and then we can actually centre that and move it over until you see that orange line vertically running down the middle. Then tap the arrow when you're done. You can actually pinch those two layers together. We're going to create a new layer. We're going to drag that underneath. We're going to go back to our colour palette and choose the purple. Go to our S-shaped ribbon and we're just going to draw in some buildings here on the left hand side. And then we are going to create a new layer. We're going to clip and mask it, go to the pink S-shaped ribbon with colour fill turned on, drop in some colour, go to our arrow tool and then just pop it into the centre. This time around you'll probably see a blue vertical line running down the middle. We can then merge those two layers together. We are then going to create a new layer, again with the purple S-shaped ribbon. We're just going to draw a slightly taller building like that. Actually, I probably want to make that a little bit more slimmer. And I'm just going to bring that down a layer. So this one's sitting in front. I'm going to just create another layer. We're going to go to our S-shaped ribbon and I'm just going to draw in a smaller, thinner rectangle. Go to our arrow tool and we can then just move that into the center vertically as well. So until you've got something like that. We can merge those two together, create a new layer, clip and mask it. We are going to choose this color here. We are going to go to our S-shaped ribbon again and then drop in some color on the right hand side, go to our arrow tool and then just pop it into the center. We are then going to merge those two layers together, tap the plus sign to make a new layer and then we're going to do the process again. Purple color, S-shaped ribbon and we're going to drop in a building here. We are then going to create a new layer. And we are going to clip and mask it first. Go and choose our pink S-shaped ribbon, drop in some colour, and then we can move that over into the vertical centre. We are then going to merge those two layers together. We are going to create a new layer and drag it underneath. We're going to go to our purple and we're going to draw another building a little bit taller and then maybe a little bit wider like that. But I don't want a gap here, so what I'm going to do is just tap on the canvas a few pixels like that. So this one's sitting in front. And then we can create a new layer, clip and mask it. We're going to choose this pink S-shaped ribbon and then drop in the colour there. Go to our arrow tool and then pop it into the vertical center. We are then going to merge those two layers together. We're going to create a new layer. We are going to go back to our purple S-shaped ribbon and then we're just going to drop in a smaller building here. And we're going to create a new layer. We're going to clip and mask it. We're going to use the pink color S-shaped ribbon and then just drop in the color on the side. And then with our arrow tool, we're just gonna pop that into the vertical center of our building. We want to duplicate these buildings here and then just move them along over onto the right. So what we're going to do, we're going to open up our layers. We're going to select all of the layers, but not this top one. This tall one, we want that to stay where it is. So we're just going to swipe to the right on all those layers and group. We're going to collapse that group. We're going to duplicate it. Just going to move them over with our arrow tool in uniform and then just slide them over to the right until you've got something like that. We are then going to go to layer 1. We're going to create a new layer and we're going to choose this colour here in the colour palette, the second one. We are going to choose the monoline brush. It really doesn't matter what size we've got it here. I've maxed mine out. We're just going to draw in a circle. Hold your pen in place, tap one finger on the screen and drag and drop the colour in. We're going to go to our arrow tool in uniform mode and we just scale that down a little bit and then move it up just a smidge and then put it in the vertical center. We're then going to create a new layer. We are going to lower the opacity of this one right down to 20%. And then we are going to add in our clouds with the same color selected. So we're going to go to cloud 1. I've got the size here set to 40% and we're just going to tap on the screen. And then we're going to use our arrow tool just to move it where we want it. I'm just going to move this one here and then tap when you're done. We're going to go to cloud 2 and I've got this size set to 10% and I'm just going to drop this one here. We are going then to cloud 3 and I've got this size here set to 5%. I'm just going to drop this one there. And then we're going to go to cloud 4 and the size here is 20% and then just drop this one here on the side. We're now going to add in a really cool canvas texture on top of our illustration. I've put the link in the description below, so make sure you've downloaded that. It should have saved into your camera roll. So we are going to go to our layer 2 because we want it to sit on top of our illustration. We're going to go to our wrench tool. We're going to go insert photo and then we're going to choose our canvas overlay. We're going to tap the rotate 45 degrees twice. We're going to hit fit to canvas and then we're just going to drag these nodes over until they cover the entirety of our canvas. And then we are then going to this color here in the color palette and we're just going to drag and drop that color in. We are then going to change the blending mode. I mean, you can have a little play around, see what works for you and what you like, but I'm actually going to choose soft light. And that's our illustration now complete. And thank you so much for following till the end. If you're over on Instagram, please come and tag me in on your finished illustration. I'd love to see them and I'll share them over onto my stories. I'll leave my IG details in the description below. If you could just smash the like button on this video, that would be awesome. And don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, stay safe. See you soon.